Welcome to Ramos Maze's End. As far as opening hand goes, yes, I love it a lot. We're going to keep on this one. We have Horn of Greed, we have Tribe Scout to start making a few extra land drops. I have a little bit of card draw and Painful Truce, and nice little ramp with explosive vegetation. So definitely keep on this one. And we're playing against Teneb the Harvester, so should make for a good match. I've been playing against Teneb in a long time. As far as our turn 2 play, we don't really have a turn 2 play, so I might end up going for Gilgiri Guildgate just to get that down. Have that come into play, tap, and go for the Tribe Scout, and then kind of go from there. We're playing Ramos, Maze's End, the Dragon Engine. Look at that. I love the art on Ramos. Typically, I don't like, art where it's just like a person just standing there, the art's just standing there. But Ramos, he's such a big dragon. I don't know. It looks kind of cool. I like it. Let's do this. So let's go ahead and go for, we could go for Exploration, where we can make an additional lane drop and still get down Tribe Scout. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's go for Exploration. Let's go and get Scalding Tarn down. Play an additional land. Let's go and get down Scalding Tarn. Actually, we can make a few extra. I think another land drop off of this one too. Get down the Herbivore because this will be our first land drop for the turn. Let's go ahead and go for Breeding Pool. We can go for Tropical Island. That way we're not being too aggressive on that one. Yeah, we will need a blue source. We're going to grab Tropical Island. Let's go and go for Tribe Scout. And then we'll go and get down Herbivore. Herbivore's actually going to help our opponent on this one. We'll go and get that down, and then anything else, we're going to go pass turn to our opponent. We're playing Ramos, Dragon Engine, Flying. Whenever you cast a spell, put a +1 counter on Ramos for each of that spell's colors, then remove 5 +1 counters from Ramos, add double Wooburg to your mana pool, activate this ability only once each turn. Playing it's Teneb the Harvester, and I'll cover Teneb in just a second. Let's go and go for... Let's go for Horn of Greed. Let's have some fun. All right, we're going to go ahead and get that down. We'll be able to get down Crystal Vein and draw an additional card, and then just kind of go from there. All right, go ahead and get down Crystal Vein, draw a card, and if it's another land, we'll be able to get it down. We will not. Anything else? No, we're just going to go and pass the turn, just in case our opponent has Ambush Viper. I'd hate to lose Tribe Scout or something like that, and we'll just go and pass the turn. We're playing Teneb, playing against Teneb the Harvester, Flying. Whenever Teneb deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 3 mana. If you do, put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So, and opponent's going to get down Sword of Feast and Famine. Now, one thing that we do need to do is we can get down Ramos to kind of maybe chump block on Teneb. We'll kind of see what's going to happen on this one. All right, we rip and do Clear the Land. Do we want to go for Explosive Vegetation? Put 2 basics onto the battlefield. We could go for Painful Truce. Is that something that we wanted to go for? Let's do this. Let's go and go for Explosive Vegetation. I think I like that. Tap the Crystal Vein for 1. Tap out on Tropical Island. That way we're at least going to get a couple lands down. That does put us in a position to go forward Ramos. Let's go ahead and let's grab Island and then Forest. There we go. Put those onto the battlefield. And since our opponent is swinging in, let's just go and swing in the Tribe Scout. Or since they are tapped out, we'll go and swing in the Tribe Scout, and then we'll be good to go. Now, this is Ramos Maze's End. One of our main win conditions is like getting down all the guild gates. Unfortunately, we only have 1 guild gate on the battlefield. We do have Clear the Land, which is going to allow us to reveal the top 5 cards in our library, put all lands revealed this way onto the battlefield. That's another way we can slowly start working towards that. But outside of that, we don't really have a lot of ways to start searching up some of our guild gates. Now, outside some of the other win conditions that we do have for the deck that are a lot of fun is Dark Depths. We have Valakut with Prismatic Omen. We also have Torment of Hellfire, tapping out for a really big Torment of Hellfire. This isn't just 100% Mazes in Ramos. We have a few different win conditions that make it pretty fun for everybody involved, at least us, at least. All right, we do rip into Prismatic Omen, and that's actually pretty good because it turns us online for whatever mana that we need. Let's do this. Let's go and go for Mirari's Wake. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 more for Prismatic Omen. Excuse me, we do not have a white source for Mirari's Wake. Let's go and tap out on Prismatic Omen. Tap that Crystal Vein down. And what this is going to allow us to do is we can still go and go for Painful Truce. I think I like that. That's going to be blue, black, and then green. Just kind of rip into a few more cards. Maybe we can start making a few more land drops. All right, wonderful. Let's go and get down Windswept Heath. We're going to draw an additional card. Drawn to Life from the Loam. Okay, good. Let's go and crack Windswept Heath. That way we can start making a few more land drops as Tribe Scout. All right. Let's go and grab Savannah. That way it will be another white source on the battlefield. Let's go and go for Temple of Mystery. Get that scry going. We'll get the Horn of the Greed trigger on the stack first. That way we can draw whatever we want. Draw into whatever we want to. All right, so yeah, we're going to put that on top. I don't mind drawing into that. We'll draw into the Guild Gate. Let's go ahead and go for Life from the Loam on Windswept Heath and Scalding Tarn. At this point right now, we just want to have lands in the hand. That way we can keep making these land drops. All right, there we go. bring those back. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. Now, we do have Tribe Scout online, so we can tap Tribe Scout and put a land onto the battlefield. Definitely going to be putting down Azorius Guild Gate. There will be 2 of the 10 Guild Gates, and we've slowly got to find our way into actually Maze's End itself, so we can start going for that. But we're also at a point now to where once we get down Mirari's Wake, we can actually get down Ramos and start casting a bunch of spells to hopefully kind of add some extra mana to our mana pool. So if we run into Torment of Hellfire, we do have Villainous Wealth in here, which is, I haven't got to cast Villainous Wealth in a really long time, so if that's something that we can get going, definitely enjoy that. But we do have to watch out for Teneb swinging across with that Sword of Feast and Famine. Now, that will be a lot of mana for them to go for with Sword of Feast and Famine. Thankfully, with Life from the Loam, we're going to be able to start dredging a lot of this stuff into our graveyard so we can see a lot more lands, and especially with Exploration out there, it's going to allow us to start making a few extra land drops to get down. All right, opponent's going to be swinging in with the Elder. Let's go and activate Tribe Scout. We're going to put Azorius Guildgate onto the battlefield since it does come into play tapped. And then we'll be online for dredging Life from the Loam. All right, so we draw into. Let's go and dredge out Life from the Loam, excuse me. And then Retreat to Core Helm and Amulet of Vigor. And Torment of Hellfire. Okay, that's in the bin. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and go for Mirari's Wake. That's going to be black, white, and then technically, do we need to leave any other? We'll need to leave at least, well, we have Prismatic Omen. It's not going to matter technically. All right, we're going to get down Mirari's Wake. Let's go and go for double green. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. We're going to get down to Windswept Heath, and let's do this. Let's go ahead and we're going to draw we'll go and crack Windswept Heath in response to that Horn of Greed trigger, just to make sure that we're not drawing into the land that we're going to go for. And then we still have Taiga in the hand, which can go off Scalding Tarn. Let's go and grab Bayou. We're going to draw an additional card. Let's go ahead and go for Scalding Tarn. And at this point right now, there's very few basics in here. Ooh, we rip into Gamble. Okay. Let's go ahead and crack Scalding Tarn. Let's go and grab that Taiga. And I think at this point, I kind of like gambling for Diabolic Revelation. Yeah, let's do that. But let's go for Life in the Loam first. Is that all the lands we can get down? Yeah, we'll go for Windswept Heath and then Scalding Tarn. Bring those back. We'll go and go for Gamble. That way we can still, try to keep it in the hand as much as possible. And if we do end up discarding Diabolic Tutor, it's not the end of the world. All right, let's go and get this popped out. Where are you, Diabolic Tutor? Diabolic Revelation. Let's see if it sticks. All right, clear the land. Okay. Do we want to go for that now? It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, let's just go and pass the turn. I think there's one more basic, so we'll go and tap out for that. I'm going to go for Cultivate. Get that last land on the battlefield. Get that swamp down. Click OK. And then let's go ahead and go for... It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get down Ramos. There we go. All right, so we can start casting a few more spells next turn and then be online for that. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. All right, shout out to our opponent. That was kind of a little bit of a long turn on that one. And we can also still go and tap Tribe Scout to get that down, to get down Windswept Heath if we want to go for that. Now, the fun thing with Diabolic Revelation is that we've got Golgari Guildgate and Azorius Guildgate. Path to Exile on Ramos. Yeah, that's fine. We'll gain a little bit extra life off that one. And this particular deck, Ramos is definitely more of a support commander in this deck. We're not trying to think how to describe it. We're not all in on Ramos. This is really more of a lands deck first, not necessarily Ramos. So, but we can also use Ramos as a secondary win condition, like I said, to go for a pretty good Torment of Hellfire if we can get Ramos down and then kind of start going from there. But yeah, that's kind of, in Commander, there's going to be some decks where the commander's not the featured commander of that deck, that it's really more of this particular style of deck or something like that, and that's kind of what we're going for at this point right now. All right. Opponent's going to be swinging in. Now, we do have Diabolic Revelation, and we can tap out for a bunch of mana going for that. One thing that we definitely want to get going is probably, we do have Merciless Eviction in here, so we're probably going to go for Merciless Eviction. Let's go ahead and put one of our cards onto the battlefield. We'll go for Windswept Heath. There we go. I think we have a fetchable source on that. We'll have to see. Been making a lot of land drops. But yeah, we'll go for Merciless Eviction. We're going to be able to exile a bunch of everything. At least get rid of that creature. Discard a card. We're going to get rid of Kodama's Reach because it is of no use to us at this point in the game right now because we've gotten all of our basics onto the battlefield. All right, so your opponent's going to go for... They are sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're one away from getting down to Teneb. But yeah, we'll see what we're going to search up with Diabolic Revelation. We pretty much can grab a ton of cards out of our hand if we want to. And then with Exploration, we might be, we have Azusa in here too, so we might be able to make a few extra land drops depending on what we want to search up with Diabolic Revelation. Just Gonna go ahead and pass the turn. Let's go and crack Windswept Heath. Make sure we get that land onto the battlefield. I think we have a land. I'm gonna keep my yeah, we do. Okay, we do. Let's go ahead and grab Overgrown Tomb. Yeah, we'll just have that come into play tap. Not gonna pay 2 on that one. And then let's see what we draw into. Do we want to dredge life from the loam? Yeah, in case we've got a discard down to hand size, yeah, we'll go and dredge life from the loam. All right, Dark Depths in there, and then we also grab the other piece off of Dark Depths. Let's go and get down Scalding Tarn. Let's go and crack Scalding Tarn in response to that. We'll go and grab Underground Sea, because that will come into play untapped, and we'll draw an additional card. Splendid Reclamation. That is wonderful. Okay, let's do this. Let's just, that is exactly what we needed. Let's go for Diabolic Revelation. Now, we need to see what we need to do. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to grab at least 8 guild gates. That's going to be 6, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's going to be more than enough and still allow us to grab some removal and go for something like Splendid Reclamation. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we're going to do that. All right, it's going to go for Diabolic Revelation. Look at that. Loving it. We'll be able to grab a lot of lands off of that. For sure. X is going to be 13. That still keeps us open. We got some good Sultai colors, and we still have Prismatic Omen to go for, tapping out for some other stuff. But for the main part, that's going to be 13. That's going to be 15. We'll have to discard down to hand size. We can chunk a lot of this stuff into the graveyard. All right, let's go and grab a few win conditions. Let's grab Guildgate. Let's go for Boros Guildgate. And what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to speed up the selection because it takes a little bit to click them all. Okay, there we go. Sorry, man, that took forever. Let's go ahead and make the land drops down for the turn. Let's go ahead and get down. I'm going to get down Guildgate. Actually, we need to go ahead and get down Maze's Inn. That's what we need to get down first. Let's go ahead and get down Maze's Inn. It's going to come into play tapped. We're going to draw an additional card off of that one. Let's go ahead and go for Damnation. That's going to be double black. And shout out to our opponent for sticking that one out. For some reason, man, it was just taking forever to get this stuff moving. Okay. Going to go for Damnation, be able to search your library for a couple lands. Thankfully with that, our opponent doesn't really have a haste option, so that's going to allow us to really start churning out some stuff onto the battlefield. We don't have to worry about our opponent getting their creature down and swinging and knocking our life total down really low. And then Merciless Eviction, we still have just enough mana for that. Exile all artifacts. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for that. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. Well, yeah, we're going to go for that. That's going to be Merciless Exile all artifacts. Okay. We're going to take care of the Sword of Feast and Fame and Sword of Fire and Ice, and that's still going to leave us up there. All right, anything else? We're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. That's going to be us having to get rid of 6 cards out of our hand, and we already did make the Maze's Inn drop for the turn. So you're probably just going to be tapping out for it. It's going to be 1, 2. And we did grab a couple other different things. Let's say that something does happen to our graveyard. Opponent's going to go for E-Call. Search your library for a creature card, put it in your hand, and shuffle your library. Yeah, you have to reveal it, so we'll get the reveal zone popped up. But we did grab a couple other different win conditions. We did grab Villainous Wealth, so that's something that we want to go for. Or we also have Door to Nothingness. All right, opponent's going to go for Sun Titan. Let's go and discard all of the guild gates. That way we can bring them all back to the battlefield. 3. And we'll have to get rid of 2 more. Okay, anything else? We're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. So that we will be online next turn to go for the Maze's Inn activation. We got that down. Pay 3 mana, return it to our hand, and then we have a gate card. If we control 10 or more gate cards, then we're going to be able to win the game. So we'll make the land drop off Simic Guildgate. We have Exploration to get down, an additional land drop, and that should be enough from there. Let me double check. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's going to be 9. And then 10. Yep, there we go. Should be just enough on that one. Yeah, when I was trying to do that Diabolic Revelation, it would just not... it was like you click on the card, and it was like it would take Magic Online like 3 seconds to process your click. And then I kept trying to click on Gruul Guildgate, and it wouldn't just not click on Gruul Guildgate. And I'm like, all right, great. It's going to take 5 minutes for me to click on all these land cards. And then... I'm not going to be able to get Gruul Guildgate. This is going to be absolutely wonderful. Now, one thing that we could have done is we did go for Diabolic Revelation. Since we do have Prismatic Omen on the battlefield, we could have searched up Scapeshift and kind of gotten rid of a lot of our lands, turned it into kind of like a Valakut style win. But at this point in the game, last time I played this deck, I ended up going for that, and I just wanted to kind of have a little fun going for a Maze's Inn activation. It's one of the best ways to win in Magic. I feel like Nicolas Cage in Con Air. When he gets off the airplane and his hair is just flowing in the air as he feels the wind. Oh, It's a good feeling. All right, drawn to Wooded Foothills. Let's go and get on Simic Guildgate. Let's get down Boros Guildgate, and let's go and go for that Maze's End activation. That's going to be 1, 2, and then 3 off the forest. Shout out to our opponent for really sticking out through that Diabolic Revelation. That was, it took a while to do that. No gates, no more gates. That means we're going to win. No. Okay, I got ahead of myself. I went for Maze's End instead of going for Splendid Reclamation, so we're going to have to wait just a little bit. Let's go ahead and go for Splendid Reclamation. I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself on that one. So if you're sitting there wondering, hey, what happened? Well, yes, that did happen. Let's tap out for a really big Villainous Well, and then next turn we can go for Splendid Reclamation. That's going to be 1, 2... And then, unfortunately, Maze's End is going to enter the battlefield tap, which is just blah. Sorry about that, everybody. I got ahead of myself. I was waiting for that thing to pop. I was like, why did it not pop up? And I got ahead of myself. Did not go for Splendid Reclamation. So the correct sequencing would have been to go for Splendid Reclamation and then go for the Maze's End activation, but I got ahead of myself. Cruel Tutor, we'll go put that on the bottom for right now. And then we'll just go and go for a really big Villainous Wealth on our opponent. That's going to be 1, 2... Man, I can't believe I did that out of order. That's frustrating. That's really frustrating. I was just sitting here and I had to pause the video because I didn't swear, but I wasn't too happy with myself. And then I guess technically we could go for Door to Nothingness, but I just did that out of turn. So we're going to go for Villainous Wealth to kind of make up for it. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. Go for 16. I'm sure there's some good stuff in there. There we go. Villainous Wealth for 18 on our opponent. Yeah, like I said, we should have gone for Splendid Reclamation first, and then I was really happy to go for that. Ooh, look at that. All right. Let's go and go for Elish. Any certain way we need to sequence this one. And we can destroy Sun Titan. So let's go for this. All right, opponent's going to scoop it up. We've got the Villainous Wealth on the stack. We've got Fire Shrieker coming down, Triskelion. We got Wormcoil Engine, Angelic Renewal. We get to cast Ulabok, which is always a lot of fun. Genesis Wave, Damnation, and Cultivate. So the way we could have sequenced that one is we could have gone for, either Damnation, put it on the stack first, or at least on the stack last to kind of blow up some of that stuff. But long story short, so I kind of messed it up that last turn. We should have gone for Escape... bring everything out of the graveyard, then go for the Dragon's Maze activation. But unfortunately, I did not do that. I did it out of order, and we were for Villainous Wealth. But our opponent went in and scooped it up anyway. So hope you can forgive me on that one. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.